Being in Cold Bay, we get the opportunity to chase one of the pinnacles of waterfowl hunting, the emperor goose.
The opportunity to chase emperor geese, it's just unbelievable. It's so unique.
But they are absolutely a stunning bird and just really neat to see, and even neater to hunt, really.
As hunters and outdoorsmen, we get to see things that most people never see.
To be on the marsh and watch the world wake up, and the change in the movement habits of wildlife.
Waterfowl hunters are a special breed of crazy.
I mean, you're gonna go out there and get your teeth kicked in 9 out of 10 days.
Get 'em.
You're one hook, you're one spin, you're one turn away from something you're never gonna forget.
But seeing those ducks decoy and seeing that acrobatic moves in the air is something I never get tired of.
It's like the epitome of puddle hunting.
And when I'm outside chasing birds, and I'm never more in the moment than right then.
And seeing how all of that ties together, that's still something that I think really grabs every single hunter and fisherman I know.
Ducks Unlimited Television is presented by Drake, the Waterfowl Company.
Greetings, fellow conservationists and waterfowl hunting enthusiasts. I'm Betsy Nabel. Next, we return to Cold Bay, Alaska for the final installment of an epic adventure. We have an outstanding episode including puddlers, cackling geese, and the magnificent emperor goose, including the rarest hunts for a beautiful, mature specimen. Back to Cold Bay on DUTV.
So many folks have heard about the importance of the prairie pothole region in Canada, North Dakota, South Dakota, and that's a story that's been told over and over and over again. But, you know, something that's been a little skipped has been Alaska.
Deal.
Probably 50 to 60% of waterfowl that are seen in the Pacific Flyway, and then some of what's seen in the Central Flyway, start right here in Izembek.
Shoot 'em.
I don't even know if I could put into words the amount of wildlife that I've seen. To start, we were able to harvest brant. We were able to harvest harlequin, Eurasian widgeon.
Drink you. Let's go!
Ptarmigan. The list just kept going on, and it didn't stop there for what we were able to chase. It's our first afternoon of fully targeting ducks here in Alaska.
Watch these bunch of ducks out front.
Perfect.
Get it in your face, shoot. There, that's the way it should be done. Single, right front. How about these two? Tell me when.
Shoot them.
Wow! I can't believe I missed that on my first shot.
Oh my goodness, they're in our face and I love every second of it. It's raining and the ducks are doing it.
If you look on a map, Cold Bay seems like a little speck, but when you get down here and truly see the coastline and Izembek Lagoon, there's just a wide variety of ducks and geese out here.
Shoot them. Good shooting, amigo. Get him. Nice shot. All right. Fetch. There's a big Alaskan pintail. Bigger bird. They'll start up here in Alaska, right here at Izembek, and then they'll make their way down the Pacific Flyway, California, Oregon, Washington, but they start right here in Alaska.
Ducks Unlimited Television is presented by Drake Waterfowl Systems, innovators in waterfowl hunting. Mossy Oak Properties, America's land specialist. Browning Firearms, the best there is. Native Nurseries, hand-selected, hand-grown plants for wildlife. Higdon Outdoors, quality, customer service, innovation, that's Higdon. Bird Dog Whiskey and Cocktails brings award-winning flavor to every moment. Enjoy responsibly. And Ducks Unlimited's Conservation for a Continent campaign. Our wetlands, our legacy.
We talked about the size of Alaska, but Izembek National Wildlife Refuge is the smallest in the refuge system. It's only 300,000 acres, which seems big, but the density here of wildlife and waterfowl that depend on that ecosystem is probably far greater than anything that we've seen in the rest of Alaska.
Let him in, let him in, let him in.
Got that one.
Izembek is special to me because I think of the uniqueness of it and its absolutely incredible abundance of wildlife. It's just a magical place, and I don't know if I'll ever find a better place where you still have this huge abundance of waterfowl and just breathtaking scenery, completely intact environment. It's incredible.
Well, watch these cacklers.
Kill him. Oh.
So we just had a couple geese come in, and this is a different subspecies of Canada than most people are used to.
It's actually a cackling goose.
Cackling goose.
Yeah. You know, there's 4 subspecies of cackling geese. This is probably the largest, just in terms of body mass. You know, compared to say a dusty Canada goose, it's obviously not as dark. But Taverners and lesser Canada geese are really, really hard to distinguish. In fact, you probably almost need to do some DNA analysis to do it.
Interesting.
Yeah, so it's a tough thing to do, but it's the largest, I think, of the cackling geese, just in terms of size, just in terms of weight.
Yeah.
So that's our other subspecies. We get the smallest goose, smallest cackler. It's a minima. So this one's kind of weird. It's got that white flecking on its head. Really nice little adult bird. It's a pretty bird.
One time, all those minima wintered in California, but pretty much they all winter in Oregon now.
I'm pretty stoked to just see those emperors, even coming in, let alone get to see you shoot one.
Not just shooting an emperor, but just, you know, what it takes to get to where they're at.
Yeah, but I think that would just really be the cherry on top. I mean, exclamation point.
Definitely.
Alaska's emperor goose is truly one of a kind. Unlike other Arctic nesting geese, such as snows and white fronts, emperor geese spend their entire lives in Alaska, wintering just a few hundred miles from where they breed. But this unique life history also makes them more vulnerable. Emperor geese don't typically breed until they're at least 3 years old. And even then, they may not nest every year. These low breeding rates mean their populations recover slowly and are more sensitive to declines. Following a successful recovery from historic lows, hunting of this species reopened in 2017. However, recent population declines have raised concerns, and in response, State, federal, and tribal partners recommended closing the emperor goose season for 2025. Ongoing research and monitoring are critical to ensuring the long-term health of this species and others like it with small populations and limited ranges. By combining science with responsible harvest management, we can help make sure these beautiful birds remain a part of Alaska's wild future. To learn more about the emperor goose and other waterfowl species, visit ducks.org.
DU Insights is brought to you by Mossy Oak Properties. Find your favorite place at mossyoakproperties.com.
Being in Cold Bay, we get the opportunity to chase one of the pinnacles of waterfowl hunting, the emperor goose. That's what we're after.
The opportunity to chase emperor geese, it's just unbelievable. It's so unique. Just the logistics and the challenge it presents. You gotta come to Cold Bay. You gotta know where the birds are at.
There are only 500 tags that exist. Only 125 are harvested every year. Only 25 are non-resident tags. So when you think about the extreme challenge of harvesting one of these geese, I'm not sure there's anything else like it in the waterfowl world.
Watching those birds from, I don't know how far you can see them, 500-600 yards out coming your way. Here you go, get ready, you know, get a little bit nervous.
Some low ones coming.
When those birds are coming right off the deck, I'm thinking to myself, Mike, just don't miss this shot for the camera crew.
Far right one, Mike. Far right one.
So after all that, Mike turns around and says, man, that was the first shot I got a little nervous for. Just kind of fell a little bit out of frame, and he did harvesting. The bird went down out in the bay, and Jeff and his guys went out and searched for the bird and were able to recover it. And there was a bunch of excitement, but we weren't done. We were lucky in the sense that we had another tag available for Mike being an Alaska resident. So we got to sit back down and the hunt started all over again.
The left one, Mike. Yep, the big buy up top left. Left bird, Mike. Get him. Nice!
Yeah!
Nice! Good
Yeah!
job, buddy.
Let's go!
Awesome.
Let's go!
Buddy. Over there, bud.
Let's go!
Let's go get him.
Congrats, baby! That was awesome.
There we go. That's what we're after. That's private.
That is a stud, big gander right there, buddy.
That is what we're after.
Good work.
Yeah, there's nothing more exciting than getting to hunt one of the most unique geese that on the face of the earth, and just tricking those things right into the decoys. Just unbelievable.
So Mike and I have been friends since we're about 5 years old in T-ball. Some of our first duck hunting together was on the upper Mississippi River in Wisconsin when we were 12. And here we are a long time later.
Long time later.
Mike and I have done quite a few adventures in Alaska, and this is a special one. We don't know if they're going to close the season, but at least the last Emperor season potentially.
Yeah.
We get to hunt together, so.
Absolutely.
Congratulations, buddy. That's a great bird.
It's been a real privilege, Jeff.
Yeah.
Thanks for having me out once again.
Hunting your waterfowl retriever in some extremely cold condition is going to take a bit of preparation. And nutrition and exercise and preconditioning before that hunt is going to matter big time. Let's take a look. Understand what you're feeding. Let's take a look at our food of choice, Purina Pro Plan Sport 30/20. which offers a perfect balance of protein and fat for our gun dogs. Protein, that builds the coat and skeletal structure, while fat is the fuel. Fat is burned for energy and warmth. Then there's the omega acids. This is important for coat enhancement that provides oils and a thick coat to keep your dog warm and shedding water. Overall, Purina Pro Plan 3020 is field proven and is our nutrition for building an active hunting dog. Now there are other considerations before the hunt where extreme conditions are expected. Physical conditioning is important through exercise and calorie intake. There's weather acclimation, getting your dog out of the house to avoid cold weather shock. Then we want to dress for success. Cold weather insulated vests to keep the dog warm and keep him high and dry in good water stands well above the water. Overall, keep in mind that a dog's performance on the hunt begins well before sunrise and freezing cold duck blind. Pre-hunting condition and nutrition matter. Preparing your gun dog well before the hunt is going to take a bit of preparation for nutrition and physical exercise for extremely cold conditions that you know are upcoming. So preparing your dog is going to make sure that you have success in the duck blind and the dog is comfortable and he will bring back those birds that would otherwise be lost.
Duck Dog with Mike Stewart is presented by Purina Pro Plan, nutrition that performs. DUTV is powered by Browning Ammunition, the best there is. Biologic, scientifically proven wildlife products. Purina Pro Plan, nutrition that performs. Tetra Hearing, more than hearing protection, it's hearing perfection. Mossy Oak Properties, America's land specialist. Zinc Calls, a champion in every call. Home Title Lock, America's leader in triple lock home title protection. Closed captioning for Ducks Unlimited Television is brought to you by Mossy Oak Bottomland, the official timber pattern of Ducks Unlimited.
Hi guys, my name is Julia. I'm a professional shotgun shooter, and today we're going to talk about patterning your shotgun. I get it all the time. A lot of people grab a shotgun off the shelf, they're so excited to shoot, but they keep missing and they have no idea why, or you're in the field and you keep missing your shots. The first thing you should do is always go to the patterning board. Do not wait. The patterning board is going to tell you what your shot is doing and why it's doing it. So you can go to a patterning board like this right behind me. You're going to need paint, paper, or grease to see your shot. You're going to go out about 30 to 40 yards, take your shot, and aim for the center part of the board. Once you take your shot, you're going to go up to your board and look at where that shot is. What I like to do is draw a circle around the center circle, kind of make it into 4 quadrants. You're going to see high and low and left to right. Those are your main things you're going to be looking for. If it's shooting high, it's going to be in your first 2 quadrants, up above that center mark. If it's shooting low, it's going to be in your bottom 2, your 3rd and your 4th quadrant. Now, the key thing to note is if it's shooting left or right, because that can definitely be a problem. If you're shooting left or right to a target, it's going to be really hard to hit a target. So make sure you're not shooting left or right. You want to be dead center. Now let's talk about the center point. You don't want to be too high on your targets and definitely don't want to be too low on your targets. For hunting, I always recommend shooting about 50% in the middle. So 50% of your shot will be above, 50% will be below. Kind of give that reference in those quadrants. So guys, definitely utilize the patterning board. It's gonna make you a better shooter from the very start. Have fun and good luck.
Ducks Unlimited's Guns and Gear is brought to you by Tetra Hearing, built for hunters by hunters. Calls, wings, or triggers, hear the hunt like never before.
After Mike was able to harvest his two emperor geese, it was Jeff's turn.
You know, things that make emperor geese unique are where they live and their range, as they pretty much are in the Bering Sea, south central Alaska area. They do not go to agriculture like most geese do. They winter mainly in the Aleutian Islands and the Alaska Peninsula. Very rough weather. They make a living out of it, so they're very, very tough, hardy birds. but they are absolutely a stunning bird and just really neat to see, and even neater to hunt, really.
Good shot, Jeff.
That's pretty nice. Nice big gander. He came in too pretty not to take it, you know, a nice safe shot. It's a beautiful bird.
Good work, Jeff.
Beautiful bird.
And that was the wrap to our emperor hunt. Besides the fact that we got an absolutely incredible show from them the rest of the afternoon, where we just got to sit there and appreciate the resource for what it is. The emperor goose is one of the best examples of a conservation success story. And so as outdoorsmen and as conservationists, it's our responsibility to make sure that it's there for our future.
What an episode. While most of us may only dream of hunting places like the far north, DUTV has been taking audiences there for 27 years. None of it is possible without viewers like you, our loyal advertising partners, and Ducks Unlimited's unwavering mission. From DU and DUTV, our sincerest thanks. We'll see you next time on DUTV.